The Titanomachy is one of the most epic and important events in Greek mythology. The Olympian gods, sons of Cronus, clashed with the devastating Titans, children of Gaia. A fight that will shape the future of gods and mortals. Stay until the end of the video because I have a surprise for you. In the beginning, there was only chaos. From chaos came Gaia, the primordial goddess mother of all Titans and the divine representation of the planet Earth. In the depths of her was Tartarus, a dark divinity, a place of eternal torment where criminals and enemies of the gods were punished. She held within her the embers of creation, yet she yearned for a sky to embrace her vast form. So from her own essence, she birthed Uranus, the starry-haired god of the heavens. He rose like a shimmering dome encasing Gaia. Lying with Uranus, she gave birth to the Titans: Oceanus, Chios, Crius, Hyperion, Iapetus, Theia, Rhea, Themis, Mnemosyne, Phoebe, and finally the youngest and most terrible, Cronus. She also gave birth to the Cyclopes Brontes, Steropes, and Arges, who were essential later during the Titanomachy. And she gave birth to 3 other giant children, the Hecatoncheires Chius, Briareus, and Gyges, powerful monsters with 100 arms and 50 heads. Uranus, however, proved to be a cruel and possessive lover. He imprisoned their eldest sons deep within Gaia's womb. The first children, the Titans, were called so as an insult by their father Uranus, after Cronus castrated him at the idea of Gaia, irritated by his hateful actions. From the genitals of his father, Aphrodite is born. Japetus and Clymene, a daughter of Oceanus, had as children Atlas, Menœtius, Prometheus, and Epimetheus. Ocean had a daughter named Styx. She had 4 children, Kratos, Bia, Zeus, and Nike. She was very dear to Zeus for her help during the Titanomachy. Finally, the terrible Cronus, united with his sister Rhea, had the Olympians as children: Hestia, Demeter, the beautiful Hera, the powerful Hades, Poseidon, and the untamed Zeus, the youngest of all. Cronus swallowed the first ones as they emerged from the womb, taking this as an act of precaution so that they would not achieve glory, for Gaia had told him that he would succumb at the hands of one of his children. But when Rhea was about to give birth to Zeus, she asked her parents Uranus and Gaia for help to hide him so that he could avenge his brothers. Gaia hid him in her womb and raised him. Cronus was given a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes. He swallowed thinking that it was Zeus. When Zeus grew up, Gaia gave birth to him, and Metis, the daughter of the ocean, gave him a potion that, with the help of Gaia, managed to get Cronus to take and thus vomit, first the stone, then his brothers. He also freed his uncles, the Cyclopes, who had been chained by Uranus. They gave him the powerful thunder and the indomitable lightning with which he would rule over mortals and immortals. The battle begins. The side of the gods, sons of Cronus, that had taken the Olympus as their home from which they will fight, were made up of the 6 Cronids. Zeus said that anyone who supported the Olympians would maintain their honor, and those who were stripped of their honor by Cronus would be restored to them. Then they were joined by Styx and her children first of all, also the goddess Hecate. On the side of the Titans, led by the terrible Cronus, are Hyperion, Iapetus, Atlas, Crius, Chios, and Oceanus, among others who had taken Mount Otris as their home from which they would contend. The battle had been going on for more than 10 years without stopping, making the earth tremble without a clear winner in sight. It was then that the Olympians, on the advice of Gaia, released Chios, Briareus, and Gyges, who were imprisoned by Uranus for their vigor, beauty, and stature. Zeus offered them ambrosia and nectar, food of the gods, making them grow passion in their chests, and encouraged them to fight on his side against the abusive Titans. Grateful for their release and convinced by the prudence and wisdom in Zeus's words, they agreed to lend their strength in the terrible battle. That day, the most devastating battle of all took place. The Pontos resounded, Gaia shook, and Uranus trembled. And the thunder and shouts of the Olympians could be heard all the way to Tartarus. Zeus could no longer contain his fury, and he exhibited immense strength fed by his anger. From Olympus, he launched lightning bolts from his powerful hand without stopping. The earth was engulfed in flames, the sea was boiling, smoke enveloped the Titans, and the flames reached the atmosphere. The roar was so great that even the abyss felt it. It was then that the powerful 100-armed giants caused more violence in the battle. They launched 300 rocks without respite from their sturdy hands, completely covering the Titans, ending the battle. The Titans were sent to Tartarus, the deepest part of the earth, and they were bound with huge chains. Around them, Poseidon made gates and impenetrable bronze walls, and Gyges, Chios, and Briareus, earning the honor of being Zeus's guardians, lived there, guarding the Titans. Only Atlas suffered a different punishment, forever holding the wide, damaged sky above his head and tireless arms. After Zeus had expelled the Titans, the great Gaia conceived one more son, Typhon, after uniting in a loving embrace with the terrible Tartarus. A strong and violent monster with 100 snakeheads like those of a dragon and black tongues, fiery fire sprouted from the eyes of the heads of the god. And this would have reigned among the immortals if it had not been for Zeus, who with thunder resounded the whole earth and the sea. The sky and the Hades trembled. Even the Titans locked in. Tartarus felt the roar. Zeus concentrated all his strength and launched a flaming lightning bolt from Olympus, enveloping his 100 heads in flames. The earth burned terribly when the god fell thunderstruck on his knees, and similar to the Titans, Zeus sank him into the dark Tartarus. Hesiod, in the Theogony, doesn't narrate how the goods were divided. He only recounts that after the gods finished their fatigues, Gaia indicated to them that Olympian Zeus would reign over all the gods, taking care of dividing the dignities correctly after the battle. Although Apollodorus says that it was thrown to the luck. Father Zeus would dominate the sky, the powerful Poseidon the seas, and the dark Hades the underworld. And so ends the greatest event among the immortals, with the victory and the eternal reign of the Olympians. In gratitude for the growth of the channel, we are going to give away an official t-shirt. To participate, you only have to be subscribed and leave a like on this video, and you will automatically be participating. The winner will be contacted and announced in a video. Thank you so much for the support. If you liked the video, consider leaving a comment and following the channel if you want to learn more about math, philosophy, history, logic, and more. I'll try to bring you another good video next time. Goodbye.